So, I want to talk about how when we're skateboarding, we're not just going forward, back, side to side. We have rotations that can be from the shoulders, the neck, the torso, the hip. Everything has its own, has its part in your movement with skateboarding. A lot of times when you think about um, getting out of a 50-50, when you think about olling up to something from the side, skating a ledge, basically skating a rail, sometimes you're going to from the side, right? Many times. And in those cases, I think many of us should understand that what's going to take us forward or towards that direction is either a slight lean or a slight turn with torso, on top of the speed. It's the speed, it's the way your body's rotating, spinning, moving, however we want to, like, describe it, depending on the skate movement. um I and I bring this up because we have to that's why it's important to have body awareness and skate with the with that in mind, basically, because if you're skating and you're not considering the fact that you know your the way your shoulder just caves in is not going to affect the way you're trying to frontside flip, or you don't understand that it's going to play a part. It's going to be super hard for you if you can't land it, and you don't when you're not even considering a big part of it. Our body should move dynamically, and if it doesn't, um you might want to consider that before you continue trying tricks that don't work for you. Don't write yourself off. Don't just be like, "Oh, I just can't do those tricks. Oh, my body doesn't work that way." Oh, it's much more complicated, but also interesting than that. It has to do with the way you can distribute the weight from side to side, foot to foot. A lot of times, for example, I would tell myself I just can't do heel flips. I just don't know. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I just can't do them. That's it. I wrote myself off of them. But the truth is, it's not that I didn't know heel flip. It's more that I didn't know how to be stable in the starting position of a heel flip. That gave me the comfort. Therefore, the confidence. No confidence. I had no confidence to even attempt it. But once I started on regular, once I started learning how to put the pressure on my foot for a heel flip, it was game over. It's not like I do it every try now, but I definitely understand why it doesn't work, and how to do a good one. And that's cool, but that didn't come from just doing it over and over and over and over again. A lot of times we try to force some tricks, even though we're feeling back pain or even though we're feeling ankle stiffness. But at the end of the day, that's a risky move. I mean, with high risk comes high reward. Sometimes, like, there's been a lot of times where I force something to come out, and it just doesn't come out right. It looks whack. So in that case, it wasn't worth the risk of just constant discomfort. And so I guess what I'm suggesting by saying all that is you want to consider how comfortable you feel on the board first. And some of us don't even need to skate to feel uncomfortable. Some of us don't even need to get hurt to feel uncomfortable. It's just something that we have built for whatever reason. And the point is, you want to address them. You don't want to just get on the board and your body can't be fully in tune with it. And so the way, and for starters, the way you would go about that is, you know deep tissue massage, practice trick that feel uncomfortable and figure out how they can get comfortable. Not even tricks, just simply ollie, like ollie. And if you feel a little pain in your knee, well then try ollieing a different way, or use your whole foot. If your foot feels sleepy, move your toes. Like, take off your shoes, extend. Like I'm saying, like the ankles, move them. Foam roll. Just increase the ability for your body to feel. That way, you know, we can integrate the whole body. Cause, and I say this all the time on my Instagram, the body is integrated. It's not an isolated. Sorry, it's not a. Your body doesn't function through isolation. So in other words, when you move, you're not thinking step one, step two, step three, step four. You're thinking a pattern. It's just, and everything plays its part in that pattern. Like if you do an ollie, you can think that you're just using your ankles, but really you're using the flexion of your hip, the extension of your, sorry, the flexion of your hip, and then when you go up, the flexion of your glutes, and then that allows you to go jump off, and then your head, your chest is coming out a certain way, your shoulders are lifting a certain way. Everything's included, and if you restrict one part, and this is actually going to be a cool video, trying to skate with restrictions. So like, I'll probably have a stiff ankle at one point. I'll probably tape my arm. I'll probably not be able to turn this way. All these restrictions can play at a very big disadvantage, and you know you can't just fix them in one day, but you can definitely start to address them and learn how to unwind, how to unrestrict. And I'm trying to give you a visual, trying to give you a visual, which is where I'm going with this. But yeah, it's day by day. You gotta start slow and unrestrict yourself. You know, Again, the body is a integrated system. It's not just a system that functions off of steps. Um, it's not a hierarchy. It's a whole. It's something that it works together in a circular, um, in a cycle, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So don't write yourself off. Look for your restrictions. That puts you in a disadvantage so that you can move forward, be more comfortable on the board. Don't put yourself at a disadvantage by ignoring your pain, taking Advil, putting on those creams. Sometimes like there's a time and place for those things. I get it, but just try to understand your body. And skateboarding is gonna do that for you. It's gonna point out things you're uncomfortable with. Don't even try tricks for a long time. Sometimes you go a trick, like, oh, I'm not ready for that, and that's cool. But just understand, why aren't you ready for that? Like, think about it. And this is not about taking the fun out of skateboarding. It's about putting the fun into skateboarding again. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I go on a skateboard and I start feeling an ache on my back, it's gonna be annoying. It's gonna be lingering. It's gonna be on the back of my head. It's gonna stop me from being confident to try tricks. And so that's all this is about, so that we can skate better. And some people, skating better means having more fun with it. Some people, it's to be able to compete at a higher level. For others, it's to break a sweat. But the body's complicated. If you're in pain, it's really hard to break a sweat. So um, just keep that in mind. You can always unrestrict yourself. But I'll leave it at that. I have other lives you guys can look at. I think 4 more that I posted yesterday. But for now, we're just going to keep this going every day alive. Um, I'm just doing like 10 minutes, honestly, because uh, they're very off the top of the head. They're improvised. And so I want these lives to stay that way. And then the videos that I'm going to edit and post from now on are going to be more of an edit for or like more with intention. Like I think you would make you'd have value, or most people can have value if they watch the whole video. But I do have other posts that you can watch. The stories, I mean, sorry, the shorts are a little, I think, gravitating more towards, making with the intention to have others thinking a different way about skateboarding, which is the body awareness. I do skate coach. I understand there is importance in the technical issue. I'm not taking nothing away from that, but I feel like there's so many people talking about the technical side that I want to contribute something different, and that's what this is. So that's what the shorts are going. Yeah, look, check out the other videos, comment, let's talk, let's start conversations, and let's just make this platform where we get value, we learn, or we even just share ideas. So I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna end this live. Follow me on Instagram. Yes, do all that stuff. Right. Profe Carlos.